So I guess specifically you have, rather extensive experience in the financial services sector. You said you started out at BNY Mellon, right? And have done some work with E-Trade in their automation, that kind of thing. So tell us a little bit more, kind of expanding on your last point, about your experience with RPA specifically in the financial sector, where you found RPA has delivered a lot of ROI, or kind of like the main pain points that you feel like RPA is really good for in that industry.
Yes. So typically there is a bit of a fear of automating processes, again, that are high risk to the company from a kind of reputational risk,
Yeah.
data quality risk. And so you find that in a financial organization, most of the processes are very manual. So, meaning you have a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of data manipulation. Typically, you're also dealing with a lot of different systems that your stakeholders are going to manually and having to either download reports, and then there's a lot of data reconciliation that is being done between different systems in order to produce an output, basically a business output. And the challenge that you find there is the more systems you touch, the more teams, the more individuals that are touching the data, the more likely it is that as that transformation is taking place, there are a lot of different places for error that are also taking place as well. And so then you get into an issue of, can I trust this data output? This is data that we are leveraging to be able to understand, our P&L. Do I trust
Is
what we've put
accurate.
together, right? And the answer is usually a little,
Who knows?
yeah, yes, exactly. Yes, with a grain of salt, right? And so the highest value we've seen is really being able to say, let's take that same process, let's re-engineer it in such a way where there are less manual touch points, which then means less likelihood of the data transformation would include issues and errors with the data. So you end up with a process that is more streamlined, more efficient. So it typically takes a shorter amount of time. Again, removing that extra burden of that kind of manual labor away from the team, but it also results in an output that is much more likely to be at a higher level of data quality, which then means that your executives have a higher level of confidence in those outputs that they're kind of reading into to better understand kind of how to dictate the direction of the business moving forward, quarter over quarter, and then even annually as well.
Yeah.